As voice and data services become more commoditized around the world, there's an opportunity for operators to invest in e-services. We're going to hear from Mac Taylor, Chief Business Consultant from Huawei, how Huawei are going to help operators to achieve this.
We're going to be looking at actually how to practically start to build digital services, and moreover to focus on what I call a digital services ecosystem. So let's look at the digital services business opportunity. So from a number of analysts, we have extracted this figure. It's about $150 billion opportunity worldwide in telco digital services. So telco hardware is about $550 billion. Telco software is about $100 billion, services about $150 billion, and then total telecom revenue by 2018 is a $2 trillion business. This is a big industry. And who creates new services in these areas? Well, it's certainly not traditional vendors like Huawei, and it's not operators who focus on their business as usual, selling voice messaging and data. We don't have the ecosystem or people in-house to build those services. So where do these new services come from? The answer is potentially from service providers who are working in these particular areas, solving real business problems. And there are plenty of those out there. So we have Huawei platform, which we could say is a hosting platform, it's in a data center, whatever we want to call it. We have a platform into which we integrate partners. And these are service partners, people who are specialists in car, in e-health, in travel, in insurance, etc., etc. So these specialist platform partners who have real services solving real business problems plug into our platform. And we essentially, by plugging the platform partners in, then have access to multiple services that we can deliver on a platform play to our customers. And so when it comes to digital services, we have a range of new models that are emerging. We have B2B to X, we have B2B, and of course we also have C2C services, which have been particularly effective in places like China. So there's a huge opportunity to start to build an ecosystem of successful services, and Huawei's role is to play the global aggregation and operation and distribution of those services to our local customers. Our new business is focused on enabling our customers, that's our telecom operator customers, to be globally competitive. Because you now have access to a global cloud. So the point is, we have global scale, you can get services from all over the world, a global innovation pipeline, access to new services from all over the world, proven services ecosystem, in all these different areas. So this is the goal, the key things to think about. The opportunity in digital services is in proven commercial services that are available today. Okay? This is not some blue sky thinking about this could work as much. No, there are proven services that are working somewhere in the world, solving business problems. Let's aggregate those services and bring them onto a platform and deliver them to the local market. But there's a lot of talk about technology. So we tend to, as vendors and as operators, we're used to focusing on technology. So we focus on platforms, APIs, standards, and so on. These are distractions. Ultimately, it's about services. So this is our proposal for finding new digital services, supporting innovation, competing globally, driving new revenue in your business, focusing on local go-to-market, and most importantly, using Huawei to support your business to make you competitive globally and to have access to all of these new services.
As everyone knows that the digital transformation for the operators is very important steps right now. So I think this presentation gives us a landscape about how to transform from a traditional carrier to a digital platform carrier. So I think it's very useful for us. Yeah.